Yo, 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 welcome everybody to TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing. We are here for the silver class tonight for round number 4. And we have the Chinese Grand Prix up for grabs. My name is Seafreeze22, and I'm joined alongside your Season 7 Golden Class Champion, Mr. Jones. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
So we got 17 drivers for tonight after a recent update in the F1 2021 game, which is going to spice Season 12 up a little bit more. We had 3 races on, I guess, the old patch, and in this next patch we had addition of the new track Portimao, but we're not there today. We're here at China. But these cars did get, I guess, a little bit of a nerf. So they are going to be a little bit slower. Drivers have not had much time to practice since I think it just came out yesterday. So they pretty much only had a day to get used to the cars and get prepped for tonight's race. So that's going to be interesting as we head through China for TCR and all the classes to see how the new drivers cope with the new cars and any new characteristics in that. But yeah, we got 17, about 12 minutes left in qualifying, and we welcome everybody watching either on YouTube or Twitch, and I hope you can keep with us through qualifying and definitely the race. And we definitely do appreciate all the support, and keep the comments rolling, and any questions as well or comments, keep them coming, and we'll be sure to take a look at it. But currently we have Sir Charles on the provisional. He was your last week's winner at Canada. He's got a 31.9 at the moment, about 2 or 3 tenths from Broomhandle. And I'll go over the championship standings right now, and that is Sir Charles on top in the McLaren with 45, and his teammate Blin Machine with 40. So it's only 5 points separate the two. Blin is not set a lap at the moment. You also have Rafa Hulk, who is here tonight in 6th in the AlphaTauri. He's got 33 points. Syrah is also here in the Alfa Romeo. That's at 30 points, and 1 point behind is STX in the Aston Martin. That's your top 5. And out of 15 rounds, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on the championship. But with this new patch, a little bit of an off week last week with the Labor Day week, we are back, and yeah, I'm excited. Any things to note for tonight's race, Jones? Anything you're looking forward to in quali or the race with the new update, a week off from racing?
Well, a new update that involves any sort of physics changes is always interesting. You know, they tell you what changed in the game, but they don't tell you how they changed it. So cars are slower, about a second to a second and a half at this particular track. But I don't know, for me personally, it feels a little different driving the car around here. Some other drivers are experiencing very little change, some a lot. So yeah, they just had a day to prepare. But aside from the patch, this track is a little tough on the tires, so I'm going to be interested to see what we get for tire strategy here in qualifying, and who can manage it in the race. It's a real tough one-stop. You could do medium to hard, but soft to hard is an interesting look here too. So that's what I've got my eye on.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at it right now on in the qualifying board. A few drivers opting for the mediums in qualifying, and we also have a few on the soft tire. It seems like the medium might be the preferred strategy because the softs, even from previous games, I remember, I haven't had the chance to do China much in a league aspect, but they don't usually last too long at China. You get 5, 6, probably even less laps than that, to be honest. And then you'd always have to put the hards on to get to the end, which is also not the best idea. So all in all, China sucks, is what I'm saying.
These soft tires in particular, they're going to degrade every lap you run them around this track. So even in qualifying here, it's really important to prepare them well on your out lap and maximize them on your time lap. And then, yeah, they're just going to suck for 5 laps for you in the race, but they will get you the top of the grid. So.
And STX in the Aston Martin just went provisional barely. I mean, 200s over Sir Charles. That was a nice lap from the Aston Martin. Oh, as he spins out on his out lap, but nice save. Nice save indeed. Let's see what else we have. We have also Tough Dreamsy in the Mercedes this week. He made his debut last week at Canada as a reserve. I think he's full-time now, probably in the Mercedes. And he had some quite good speed and a nice race pace and all. And I think he had a disconnection last week, which costed him an opportunity for the win. But I'm going to be interested to see what he can do a second time around. Obviously, the patch might, halt his progression. But I think everyone's on that same playing field. Let's see what else we have. Crooner on a laps first. Purple sector, in the first sector. In the Alpine. He's on the medium tires, so if he went quickest in the first sector on the mediums, that means he's got some speed in it. Yuppie is P4. He's the highest runner on the mediums at the moment. Let's see what Crooner can do. There's a lot of long, I call them snail sections. Long snail sections at China, right on the backstretch, crucial for the traction. And that's this is one of the longest straights, I think. I mean, I know we have Baku might be longer, Mexico, but this one's pretty long. You could get a nice slipstream and DRS down it. I think that was his teammate there. He might have had a little slipstream help. Nails it.
Real good track if you enjoy doing setups. It has a really good mixture of mid to low speed corners with the really long straights. So it's one of those classics where you try and choose between top speed down the straights or cornering speed. It's a tough decision around here, but I tend to think the straight line speed is a big deal at the end of the day in a race. But who knows? A lot of medium runners so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be one of the talking points in the race is whether you get track position, and we've had a lot of safety cars in the silver class. I think those who are watching and have been watching do realize that we've had a lot of safety cars. I think last week we had almost 3 safety cars, if I'm remembering correctly, which is a lot of safety cars. That's a lot of time spent on the yellow. So that could also throw a wrench into the plan. Maybe it's not as crucial to get the the alternate strategy where track position might be more important due to the safety car. Could be a factor.
Another thing these drivers will be factoring into that equation is the weather forecast. It looks like this particular race they're calling for rain somewhere in the middle of the race. So do you run a medium tire and try and get to that wet period, or do you run the soft for track position? So that makes it even trickier. I've got to believe that a couple of these medium runners are thinking about the long-term race situation.
Yeah. So we got confirmation from unspecified sources that it's going to rain. Is that correct, Jones?
Just call me the weatherman.
Well, he's got sources. You know what that means, weathermen. They got the sources, but they're always wrong. That's the more important thing, at least over here on the East End. Yeah, well, rain. I think it always rains at China. Whenever we come here, last time we raced here was season 10. Your winner was I don't know who your winner was. I think it was. Do you remember your season 10 winner here in Platinum? I'm trying to think back. Probably Sequit, right? If you had to guess.
I bet it was Breezy.
Oh, it could have been Breezy. Yeah, that is right. No,
it was
I don't
one
know.
of our early races.
Yeah, but you know, we were talking about this earlier about the lap record around China. From according, if it was correct, it would have been go-to guy in season 7, which was a 130. 130.056 to be exact, and we were saying, how is that possible? But I think because it always rains here. So that could be quite true. These cars are 31.8, so they are about almost 1.5, almost 2 seconds slower, and I mean, this is qualifying as well. So back then, you know, I think that's the race lap time record, so those cars were kind of rapid on, I guess season 7 would have been the 2018 game in those cars, so those were quite quick.
Oh, Nico Jones spins it around.
Yeah.
He's alright though.
Go wait for the Aston Martin. Those SDX. Valid Newell has an invalid lap on that one. You don't usually see me, and you don't really see Jones at all in silver class. I usually do golden class, but oh, what are we screaming about?
Nico Jones is doing ballet out here on sector 3. I think he cooked those rear tires. Gonna go around again here if he's not careful.
Once
you get those tires fired up, there's no control on it. I think he's got it now. Sorry about that. Yeah, you and I we don't get to see silver very often, so it's good to see who's up and coming in TCR, trying to fight their way into golden and platinum. Still haven't found that champion for all 3 classes yet. That's
very true. Yeah, we have any former champions on the grid? I don't think so. The only closest would be Blinn. He's got that redemption a few seasons ago. He was runner-up in silver.
Blinn with one of the most epic championship collapses of all time.
Yeah. You got that right. He's looking strong. He's sitting the P2 in the championship, but he's got his teammate to worry about, and that's always a tough thing, trying to keep in tabs your teammate, because most of the time, I don't know how Blinn does it, but they're probably in a party, they practice together. But I feel like in league racing and TCR, and I never liked really battling my teammates so much. I'd rather work with them. So I want to see how the McLarens do it. They have an opportunity to go 1-2 like they did in Italy, right? A little Ricciardo and Lando Norris, 1-2. You got a 1-4 at the moment. They can make it happen.
Yeah, we saw Charles reserve last season in silver for a few races, and he was always quick. So it's good to see him full time on the grid this year. Definitely a championship contender, and possibly a golden driver for next season. But we'll see what he's got here.
Oh, Blinn.
Working with Blinn.
Blinn, yeah, spun on the last corner. He's going to wait for the traffic, but that's going to be it, really. I mean, he could get a lap going, but he's going to have 0 momentum. Those tire temps are not at... No, he didn't even get to the line, so that's it for Blinn. He's 5th. Rafa Hulk, look at that. P1 in the Alpha T. I like that. I might be biased, but, you know, hey, it is what it is. 2/10 over STX. Let's see who else we got on laps towards the end of the sector. We have Taffer, 2nd up on his time. Could be more. It's still a full second. The Haas into the final corner. Looks like he did that very conservatively. Let's see if he gains from P17, the Haas, to the line. I don't know if... It doesn't look like he's going too quick. 36-0. Maybe that was why. Red Bull, let's see. Red Bull to the line. We have a Williams. That's going to be Yuppie. He's going to go into the pits. We have another McLaren. That's Sir Charles off the penultimate corner into the final corner. Keep it within the track limits. Regular is what we're using tonight. Sir Charles to the line. 2nd.
Close.
We have another Aston Martin. That's going to be valid. I think he ran out of fuel. So I have Dreamsy. He's 6 seconds slow. That ain't going to work for him. Broom off the last corner. Alpine stays 4th quickest. And that's it. That's your qualifying. So it's going to be Rafa Hulk who takes the pole position in the start of this race. He has one win on the season. He won at Japan. That was round 2. And remember,
I believe
he
that
is
would be
third
his
in the
first
championship.
pole in TCR, though. Good lap from the Brazilian. I love seeing the Brazilians in TCR. We got a few of them now. Nice run by him.
Yeah, you really don't know with some of these newer, or I don't know if they're young, so I don't want to say young, but these new drivers that join TCR in Silver, we don't really have a track record on them, right? We don't know what their potential is, what assists they run, what experience they have. So when we've seen Hulk win in round number 2, we didn't really know if we were going to see anything more from him. But today kind of solidifies that with this pole position. So he can go out there and win. Sir Charles in second can go out there and win. And you have STX in third. So your 3 previous winners, where they start, and they're starting 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be a good race. And there, look how close it is too. After the patch, that shows some pretty good signs. 10th and a half for your top 3. Broomhandle and Blinn, that's 4 and 5. And then you got Yuppie in 6. First medium runner is Dreamsy. Nico, Valid, and Wayner Drink is your top 10. So the highest runner, I think, started 7th. So we'll see who that medium runner can do. But you said the rain, it might be coming. I don't know. There's a lot of question marks for me in this one, so we'll see how it goes.
I got to tell you, that's Dreamsy sitting in P7 out there in Germany at 3 in the morning, sitting P7 on mediums. I like that on a dry race, and I like it even more with rain midway through. So Dreamsy looks like to have like he's got to step up on the strategy already here. If he can have a clean race, I'll just go with an early pick now. We haven't even seen
let's go for it.
We haven't even seen the warm-up lap yet. Why not?
Like I say, every week this is the time to say it for those watching on either YouTube or Twitch. Put your predictions down below. Your top 3, 1, 2, and 3 for the win. And on the podium, it doesn't matter. You can put the predictions down. I get them wrong every week. I don't get one right. So we're gonna start with Jones. Let's see your top 3. You're saying Dreamsy.
Dreamsy, Sir Charles, and Blinn. Top 3.
Whoo, alright.
And I'll give you 0 safety cars.
Ooh, okay. Well, based on the trend, I think we do get... I'll even do the safety cars first. We might even have 2 safety cars, because I think we'll go right in the middle. We'll do 2. And for the win... I don't know. Very hesitant. The top 3 are previous winners. You got Dreamsy. Let's do Sir Charles in second. I think he'll carry that momentum from last week. He'll get the win. We're gonna put Broom second. I just like him in the Alpine. That's all. And we're gonna put Dreamsy third. I think he'll get up there and compete for that. So we'll see how wrong that gets, but. We got the top 6 on softs. Dreamsy, as mentioned, in 7th on those mediums. A few other soft drivers, 8 and 9. And then 10 on back gets interesting. We got a few medium runners, and then a few drivers deciding to go in the hard tires. Syrah, and 12th would be your first. And then 15, 16, 17 is going to be the remainder. We'll see when that rain comes. If the rain, it looks kind of clear out there. But if it comes later in the race, it'll prefer the hard tires. If it comes earlier, I don't know. It could go to the soft runners.
Yeah, a big early mistake by Valid Newell here. Must have made contact with somebody. He is out of the formation lap, and his tires are going to be ice cold to start the race, and that will kill you in this game.
Weird how he got disqualified, because no one else got disqualified, so who did he hit?
Yep.
Usually you take someone with you and then you both sit on the grid, and then you and then you just see each other.
I'm looking for him to drop like a rock. There's something about this version of the game that the cold tires are really killer off the line.
Alright, so here we go. 17 drivers line up in the grid for the silver class, round number 4 for the Chinese Grand Prix. And the lights are going to be on here shortly. See Freeze with the call. Here we go, 3, 4, and 5. And here we go for the Chinese Grand Prix Silver Class. STX gets a great start. He's going to split the 2 and go for the win. On turn 1, he's going to have it. It's the Aston Martin. Great start from STX. Broom losing a little bit position there. Blinn is going to take it. McLaren's looking well. We have a spin in the back. That's Red Bull.
That's one.
That's one. All right, so one spin there. Looks pretty good.
Tell you what, that wasn't too bad. They went 4 wide into turn 1, and they were 3 wide. A couple other rows.
Big wreck. A few, not big wreck, but a few drivers off in the hairpin. I saw some styrofoam flying. That's Nico John.
Went around. Dreamsy involved.
Yeah, we talked about him. We both had him in the picks, and he got involved on the opening lap. Yuppie as well. He was up there within the top 6. He started on the softs. Wayner drinking the Red Bull, and Eric clipping the grass there, but
no obvious damage to either car. Looks like they just might have been wheel to wheel spinning around, but with this game we don't know. There could be some floor damage, but looks okay from what I can see.
And we get to the long back straightaway. No DRS obviously at the moment, but you do got the slipstream. Who's going to take a look? It's going to be Broom. He's going to think better and just line up behind for the time being. We'll see how the race pace evolves. You don't want to push it too early, too soon. You got rain coming, and track position is key. You just kind of want to slot in line, and that's what the drivers are doing at the moment. Further back, we got a few guys pitting in the back. Those are the guys who had the trouble.
So teammates in. Looks like Yuppie's got to wait for Nico to get a new front wing. There was some damage that we weren't able to see.
And Rafa Hulk getting very close to Sir Charles in the middle sector. There's your predicted pit stop, but with the rain, that is probably not advised. And if the AlphaTauri can line up this snail section, he can look for a move on the McLaren on the back straight. STX already at 1.5 or so. Sir Charles loses it, catches it. Nice save from the McLaren, but that could have been a race-ending move. McLaren side by side down the straight. That's going to be Blinn in the inside. Sir Charles on the outside, and he's still deep into the hairpin, but it's going to be Blinn who gets the nod. Broom is going to slot him behind. He's got to watch the tire temps. There's the pit strategy again. We just saw it. We don't need it again. But crucial
Those
mistake.
AWS graphics always clutch.
Yeah, they're always accurate as well, let me add. Oh, we got a mistake here. Who's that? That might be Juan again.
So Yuppie, biggest loser on lap 1. He down 11 positions from the start. He got in that incident, needed a front wing change, and on top of that had to wait for his teammate in the pits. So big loser there, hoping for a safety car, which I don't think is going to happen.
Alright, back up. We got Broom. Had to do a little defending on with the Aston Martin behind. And Rafa Hulk now within a second. So once he got past Sir Charles, he's starting to reel in STX at the front. That's a good sign with his pace, fastest middle sector, as we are on board with him. And this is crucial, getting DRS, kind of pull everyone else behind, and everyone kind of has a shot still. You don't want to have one guy stretch out in front and everyone else battling. You don't really want to see that, so he's right to the back, maybe even a little too close. Broom is going to get Sir Charles in the hairpin. So Sir Charles is moving backward. That was my pick, unfortunately. He's going to have to do something different here.
Just behind that, Kerner got a little piece of valid Newell going into the hairpin. I'm not sure if he caught damage off of that, but he was a little deep on the brakes. Looking to make the inside move now into turn 2, into 3.
Oh, nice. Valid's going to have the inside for the next corner. Let's see who gets the traction. Watch the dirty air. It's going to be the Aston Martin for the time being. Remember, Crooner's now your lead medium runner, so the softs, are they starting to wear off now, you think?
Yeah, those softs, if you get 5 or 6 laps out of them, you've got to feel good about that. It'll be interesting to see what we get. Likely a bunch of hard runners, so these medium guys are going to be able to overcut in a big way on this track if they take care of the tires. So Kerner's just got to be patient. He's in a really good spot here.
And that's also another thing. I mean, if you are in this train, maybe decide to pit early. You know, we don't try to get out of the train. Get some
with the
fresh
rain
tires.
coming. I'm actually surprised nobody's done it already. That'd be top on my mind right now. Grab those hard tires, get a little undercut out of it, get ready for the rain later. Although the skies are awfully blue right now, my weather predicting skills are being put to the test.
And well, STX is gonna go for the pits. Rafa is gonna follow in behind. Watch your speed, guys. Oh, we got a spinner.
Crooner and Rockstar got together a little bit there, coming out of the final corner.
Yeah, and the
real aggressive.
Valid went for a full spin in the last corner. I don't know if he maybe got caught up. He was battling with Crooner.
That must have been who it was. Crooner was behind him. It just happened too quickly for me. I think he caught the back of Valid, probably turned him around.
We got a few yellows in the first. That looks like Searcher. Is that maybe Taffer? Yeah, Taffer and the Haas went for another spin. Stays green for the time being. So with the top 2 pitting, that promotes Blinn to the lead. Broomhandle would follow. Medium runners are now 3rd and 4th. Rockstar is now your lead medium runner. So Crooner lost that in that exchange.
I'm really I'm surprised these guys went for medium tires. Interesting call. Maybe they know something about the rain I don't. Those mediums cannot go the distance, I know that much.
Another yellow, but Rockstar on those mediums is going to take handle of Broom. And
double move.
Oh, right out of the textbook, huh?
Let's see it, Broom, come on.
He's going to have DRS on the next one. He's going to put it to the test. Blinn Machine pit, so this is for the lead for the moment. Broomhandle gets it back, so nice race in there from Broom. But Red Bull down the inside. Rockstar, he's got the grip. Nice move from the Red Bull. He's going to take it back. Nice exchange.
Got a tire advantage, but both of these drivers really smart driving, and Crooner licking his chops right behind him.
Yeah, Crooner down the inside. He's going to think about it. No, he already made the move. That's how quick it was. Maybe Broom just let him by as he's seen his teammate on the alternate strategy.
Good stuff from the Silver Class drivers. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's some great racecraft. And we got some more. Here we got a STX making a move on Halberg. That was clean and done. He was on the hards. And Rafa Hulk's got to follow suit. It looks like he lost a little bit in that pit stop. He's about 2.5 seconds back from the net P1 if everything cycled the way it would be, but with the rain we don't quite know. Wayner Drink is the first with the penalty. of tonight.
Kruner lining up a move for the front of the pack. Easy down the DRS straight into the hairpin, no problem.
Yeah, now he's got the control of the race. I think it was just a matter of getting ahead. I think he's got the speed of it. He goes a little. They both go a little wide there, so that's going to be definitely noted. But I think Kruner's got what he needs to just pull out a gap. I think he can do it. Broomhandle's still continuing on those softs. He's getting 6. He's now on the 7th lap. Those things must be screaming.
I imagine he's going soft to hard, which looks really good to me right now, given that the leaders went for mediums. So I wouldn't blame him for pushing it to the max here. 7-8 laps would be pretty good.
This is the point in the Grand Prix where us commentators have no idea what's happening. With all the pit stops, different strategies, different positionings. It makes it a little chaotic. But
yeah,
I do know...
Just watching to see where STX is here.
Ooh,
in comparison to Kruner, it looks like he's still got that net lead, but Kruner's got an opportunity here to undercut it. Or overcut it, I should say. But so far, STX and Rafa is still holding the net lead overall.
Broomhandle comes into the pits. Last guy on the softs. And there it is. That was for the lead already. So STX, fastest lap for the time being, 35.2. That'd be 5 seconds off our record. Doesn't seem like that'd be beatable today in these conditions and in these cars. That's kind of immense, isn't it? 5 seconds slower than a few seasons ago with the car difference. 5 seconds is a long time, especially at a track like this. It's a lot of high speed.
Yeah, it really is a big difference. Serrata, Mexican, quietly in P3 there on the hard tire. Also in a real good position. He's only 4 seconds off the lead, and he's actually gaining. So, making the most of that tire. Watch him later on, too. Depending what this weather does. I mean, geez, looks like we're in blue skies here. It's beautiful outside. And I tried to tell everybody it's going to rain, so.
Wow. Here we go, STX on Wayner Drink. He would be your net P1, so those moves are quite crucial. He's gaining about 3 seconds now from Rafa Hulk behind. He's just there in the hairpin, so he can still see him, but he's just not as close as he was prior to the pit stops. So he's got to try to gain that time back. He messed up that last corner, so that's not going to help. But yeah, the weather doesn't look too good. I mean, for what was predicted, I guess. I don't know if the sources were good, but like I said, the weathermen are usually always wrong. Move here, Dreamsy. Try and do a little bit of a recovery after the first lap spin. He gets Halberg, who He's not had a great last few laps. He's got passed, and he went for a spin a few laps ago. Oh, that was Juan. Juan went for a spin.
Around.
Yeah, that almost been a head-on collision.
Valid. Right near that again. I'm not sure if you had any piece of that, but he's finding a lot of trouble this race so far.
Yeah, Juan, those tires are they're gonna be cooked. Watch, he's spinning this one. Oh, he keeps it under control. There we go. Watch the temps though, Juan. Alright, he's got it figured out. There we go. And Nico, Nico John, I think he did that quite earlier, so now he's catching up to somebody doing the same tricks.
So STX set that fastest lap at a 35.2. His 2 laps since then, 36.3, 36.1. A second off that pace. I'm not sure if he emptied the battery on that lap or if his tires are falling off. I doubt it. He probably just did a hard out lap there.
And Crooner, I was just on board with Rockstar, and you could see Crooner just almost lose the whole car. The whole back end stepped out, and that's going to take some life out of the rear tires. But wasn't.
He's been stepping out on the traction zones. I've followed him a few corners.
That could be one of the things different in this patch with these cars under the traction. I have not been able to race
and
the new
STX
update.
battling through the hairpin here.
There we go. Nice move for what was seen. Red Bull's gonna have the DRS though. STX, you gotta defend it if you can. Or keep it if you will. It's for the net P1. You don't want those guys come back, but side by side, Red Bull's putting up a fight. There they are. Down the inside as you look for it. Still ahead is STX, and look, Rafa Hulk is now within contention, and he's bringing along Blinn. So that battling just lost those 2 seconds that he gained in that pit stop phase. So
said it once, I'll say it again. That was impressive driving from the silver drivers here. You love to see it. This is why you do league racing in the first place. The competition, the clean driving, and fun battles like this. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. I mean, we were only on lap 11. We saw some pretty good moves.
Blinn Machine starting to get a whiff of that as well. Getting reeled in by the DRS.
I mean, Wayner drinks he's on the mediums as well, a little bit older tires, but he's still being able to put up a nice fight. Let's see, Rafa Hulk is going to be the next guy to try and overtake here. Let's see what defense he could put on in the next few laps.
Blinn Machine on the team radio right now. Hey buddy, I found the leaders. Let's go.
Oh, Rafa Hulk went deep. It's going to open the door for Blinn. Yeah, he got it, Blinn. Right, squeezed right by. Clip the grass on the entry of turn 1, and as soon as you do, it sucks you right outside the track, and that promotes Blinn. So Rafa Hulk's gonna have to get past Blinn if he wants a shot. You see, this could be for the win. It looks like it's getting a little cloudier out.
Which is quite interesting because at 11 laps, these medium runners from the beginning, they're gonna start to want to think about coming in. So tricky business if you're in their shoes, if there's any threat of rain.
I'll tell you what, it really looks quite dark from how it was on lap 1.
Yeah, I know what I'd do if I was on those mediums. I'd be grabbing my hard tires right now and hope that the rain isn't going to be heavy if it does come. Crooner and Rockstar just giving up a lot of time to STX, who's the net leader. Siraj's got a little better pace on the hards. I think he's in a little better shape. But Crooner and Rockstar just, the tires aren't paying off for him anymore. The sooner they can come in and get a different tire, the better.
I'll take this opportunity to thank everyone for watching on either platform, either the YouTube or the Twitch. We do appreciate it. Keep some comments rolling in, some questions, and for those who don't know anything about TCR, hit the link in the description. Sends you to the website, have some more information. We have a few seats open in a few of the classes, so if you want to give it a shot and join TCR, all the information is in the website down below, as well as our affiliate sponsor of Fanatec. So if you are looking for any Fanatec gear, use the link in the description. Will definitely help out the league and the rest of the season. Blinn, we're going to try to move on Wainerdrink down the hairpin. Nice and easy. That's all you need to do. Just a simple move from Blinn. I like it. He kind of pushed him out wide, but I like it. All fair and clean. And
Blinn got his eyes on a W here if he can reel in STX, who is putting in a pretty good pace, but Blinn's quicker right now.
It was Blinn who crossed the line first last week, or I guess 2 weeks now, at Canada. He had a penalty which demoted him down to 5th, so technically got a win on pace, on paper, not on paper, so he's right there with him.
Yeah, we printed out a new paper.
Yeah. he must not have gotten it. He must still think he won that one. He's got the old press release from the news. On the news, it probably has the weather forecast too on that piece of paper. One might say it was clear, one might say it's rain, and we still don't know which one we're going to get.
STX had a little moment. I was riding on board with him. He almost spun it around there, heading into that big final turn down the straight. Had a little moment. He just lost a half second to Blinn.
We're at the halfway point in this race.
Tires now.
No, definitely not. Those things should still have plenty of life in them. We still got Crooner and Rockstar out in front on 14-lap old tires. STX, man, he just clobbered that curb. That's one that can go either way. I mean, you either hit it correctly or you hit it a centimeter off, and you'll be right into the wall. But he hit that really nice, aggressive.
Yeah, there's a good amount of time there as well, so you've got to really take a chance there. STX with half his battery at this moment. It looks like he's using ERS here and there, which I'm actually curious about. I'm not sure that I'd be doing the same in his position. He's got to be protecting his lead at this moment, and charging up that battery is kind of part of that. You'd think this would be the time to do that. I'm not sure what you'd do, Freeze, but I'd want all the battery I can with Blinn on the pace he's on.
Yeah, good point. I mean, once you use it, it's very hard to gain it back. So using it in more crucial situations is usually where you want to go. It's so intriguing to use all the battery because of the long straights and a lot of the straights that China provides. But you don't really want to use it. You got to be critical in that. And we got Wainerdrinks out. On board, Sir Charles. You see him on the wall on the right. Will this trigger a safety car on lap 15 of the race? Once more on board with Broom, you can see him right on the outside. Few drivers are pitting. That's Crooner into the pits. Rockstar goes ahead. So Crooner taking a chance for a safety
like
car.
Wiener lost it out of the carousel on turn 13 there. Easy to do if your rear tires are hot. Easy to spin it around there because you're right on the edge trying to get as much momentum as you can for the straight. So Wiener just lost it at a real tough spot there. He was having a good run too.
And such great battles as well. He put on a great defense on STX.
Rain's starting to come down.
Oh, here we go. The weatherman was right. And just as the rain falls, Crooner just pitted for hard. So I don't know. Maybe it's not going to get wet enough right away. Obviously, you can't put the intermediates on now. You got to give the time.
I like
some
the
track.
call. I really like it. I would have done it earlier in his shoes, given the way his mediums were falling off. But if this rain stays light for him, that'll be a good call.
Well, this could fall into the hands for Syrah, who is looking for the move for the race lead here on the back straight. He's got the hard tires, so if anyone's in position, it's Syrah. And the Alfa Romeo is going for it. And look who's behind. It might be 3 wide. No. That's a blue flag car. That's my bad.
STX a little further behind, 3 seconds, but he will start reeling those guys in.
It's gonna be close. Rockstar goes another lap. Now that he sees the rain, he's probably just gonna wait for the intermediates and that prime position to actually pit and put those wets on. But Syrah is now going to take the lead. I love that. Yeah, where did he start? He must have started, I think he was 12th. 12th or 14th, somewhere around there, and he's now leading the race. So that is awesome to see. We'll see if it can translate to a win here, but a little over a second now for the lead. Rockstar goes deep.
Yeah, Syrah started 12th position, so in a good spot now, but we'll see what this rain does. It seems like it's a little heavier, but certainly not there yet for wet tires. And Juan goes in and gets wet tires anyways.
Juan and also Valid. Let's see what Valid is going to do here.
Well, that's an interesting call. That's a gamble as far as I'm concerned. But they're getting information we don't have from their Jeffs, and the rain does seem to be picking up, so.
STX going for second. Drag race down to the hairpin. It's going to be the Mercedes in the Aston Martin.
Not sure what happened to Blend Machine, but he lost position to Rockstar, and Rockstar has caught STX.
No, well, Rockstar was second, so STX just went for a move there.
Blend was ahead of him for a little bit there.
He was quite close to STX, and then, I don't know, maybe the rain hit, and he just wasn't able to keep a move on. Got 10 laps left, we got another spin. Yeah. That's Juan.
Yeah, these track's starting to get wet for sure. Just watch Blend come around turn 3, and the traction was pretty delicate there.
VSC.
And VSC.
So does that count towards the prediction or not? I don't think we specified which safety car.
I don't count it.
Well, if you don't, then I do, because I need to get to 2. So that's 1 for me. You give me a half a point? Alright, I'll take a half. Better than nothing.
This is a wet track. This is intermediate conditions right here.
I think it's just amazing that without any real safety cars, full course, I mean, look at the amount of people who can go out and win. It's Syrah, you got STX, Rockstar, Blinn, Rafa, Hulk is in 5th.
So Syrah just begging for the pits to be closer. I've got to believe they're all diving in here. But Syrah in prime position for this situation.
And back green. Oh,
right
Rockstar! Syrah drifting it. He's drifting it around the hairpin. Oh,
but
man.
He's gonna go get those tires. He's gonna be leading this race.
Everyone's got to come in now. You just spent a VSC, and the tire temps were nothing. Blinn almost pulls a Hamilton. Taffer also in the pits. He's a blue flag. Rafa Hulk. Everyone's going to come in now. I think this is the time for intermediates. And if it all goes well, Syrah will be leading this race from 12th on the grid. But where's his tires?
Where's his car going?
What is going on?
Oh, he had a drive-through penalty. It looks like he must have.
Oh,
and he goes
no.
All the way through.
Rockstar as well. Oh, no.
Unless this is a glitch. These guys had drive-through penalties, apparently. They drive all the way through the pits. That was Syrah in perfect position.
Oh, and Rockstar. Spinaroo for the Rockstar. You can't do donuts yet. You didn't win nothing.
Such bad luck for Syrah.
Oh, man.
He executed the race perfectly. I hope that's not a glitch.
No, you know what? I knew Rockstar had a penalty. I didn't see Syrah get one, though. That's the thing. So maybe, I don't know if you want to look in the director. Maybe it'll say what they gave him.
What a shame either way.
Oh, man.
You can't do better than that.
No, definitely not. He played it perfectly. I mean, to a T, he was going to get the win today if it all, I mean... No certainties. You still had 10 laps to perform.
Yep, Syrah and Rockstar both speeding under VSC.
Ugh, you hate to see it.
Yuppie and Eric also got the same penalty, so... Oh, big mistake. 4 people making that mistake. You've got to slow down to the Delta, and you've got to do it in a timely manner, so... It's on them, you have to say. Too bad.
Yeah, I mean, they played everything right, but, if you're going to speed, that's on you. That's on no one else but you. Those are the worst penalties, though. Speeding by maybe a 10th, and they give you a drive-through, but it's a little bit more crucial, I guess, because it's under yellow flags. They want you to be right under the Delta. In real life, that would be a big penalty as well, but maybe it doesn't translate so much in the game, per se, but the penalties, the penalties, the rules are the rules.
Out. STX with the lead. Blinn down 5 seconds now, where he was within a second of the leader a few laps ago. Now with the rain, he's got a 5.5 second gap to make up. We'll see what this rain does, though. It could get heavier, and they may need to come in again with 8 laps to go here.
Well, because of the big gaps in the field, Syrah and Rockstar, they're still going to be able to get points here. Syrah is going to come out right behind Crooner for maybe 9th. No, he's going to be right in front of Crooner, so that's 7th. So we'll see how his pace is.
I'll tell you what, that's 19 points fewer than what he was expecting about 5 minutes ago. So, not going to be happy no matter where he finishes tonight, I've got to believe. Barring some sort of miracle.
Oh, here's Crooner. Oh, going around the outside. Let's see if it sticks. Syrah gives him just enough room. Crooner, he's got those tire temps to a T. Syrah just came out of the pits, and that's the Alpine up to 7. Nice move there by Crooner. Yet another great move from the silver class. You love to see those moves, especially in these conditions.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we're not far away from seeing puddles on the track here. I think there's a possibility we get to wet tires before this is over.
Wet tires around China. That does not sound good.
No, it really doesn't. Makes you think of Malaysia.
And you know what that is? Wet tires. Do you know what wet tires at Malaysia are? It's not good.
Motorboat.
Malaysia is a great track, though, and the dry would be lovely.
Yeah, it's just 200 miles an hour and wet tires don't go together, as it turns out. But this track, it just looks worse and worse the longer we watch here. And STX really the only one making anything out of it, it seems. He's pulling a second a lap gap right now.
Yeah, Blinn about 6.5 back. He was relatively closer, but as soon as the rain hit, you know, you would expect maybe a little bit more if these drivers knew how these cars handled, but we're on day 2 of the patch. The patch came out yesterday. I doubt these drivers gave time specifically for the rain. So this is probably the first time these drivers are racing in these conditions.
Well, STX not afraid to put the power down. He's revving out every gear right now, so grip's not too bad for him. Looks like he's set up for these conditions as he goes deep into 2. Catching a little grass there. And Blinn makes up a second on that mistake.
Yeah, don't count Blinn out yet. He still has the time and the speed to catch back up. Dreamsy and Rockstar for 9th. Rockstar, I don't know who was out in front, and I don't know who got the defense, who got the offense, but Rockstar's in front at the moment. I think he just did the move because he came out of the pit, so he's up to 9th. Also had Halberg and Ericsson. We haven't seen much from these two. Eric looking for a move in the wet. Spot your braking, that's another thing. You got to spot the braking. But the Ferrari can stay out in front for the time being. You know, those are the moments in the races as well. You know, they're not really battling for much. But you got to get that experience, get that track time. Kind of go out there and have fun, forget about the points. Even if you're right outside it, the gaps are quite big to the points. I mean, Yuppie's 29 off, 10th place. But you just go out there and run it, and get some lap time. That'll gain you some experience down the line throughout the season, and it'll come back to help you.
Every lap in the wet is good experience on this game. You can only do so much practice for it, so the more the better.
Do you like racing in the rain, or do you'd rather like the dry, but you don't mind when the rain comes?
You know, I've had a kind of a love-hate with the rain. I can't say I enjoy it, but there's been times where I've really succeeded getting more out of the car than other people. So that's kind of fun when you figure it out a little better than most. I mean, it did Suzuka 3 weeks ago in Golden Class. There's a little rain, and I was able to do pretty well. So enjoy it from that standpoint, but I would never choose to race in the wet.
I'd agree. I don't mind racing in the rain. I don't. What gets me is the strategy calls. If you follow my career, you you know that's not my forte. It's not Talon's forte either. But yeah, it's not too bad.
Well,
But
since you brought it up, I mean,
go ahead, yeah.
I remember Belgium and the win you flat out gave away in the wet. So yeah, it's not your forte, is it?
Yeah, I lost the championship that year in that one race due to one lap it was full wet and one lap it was dry.
Yep.
And, They got the option as well in this game. You can do either accurate weather or predictable weather. We run the predictable, so whatever the forecast is, it's not going to be exactly what it says. Other leagues might run accurate, so you can't take the forecast completely correct for what it is. Got a yellow flag. That's gonna be
Nico.
Yeah, it might be Nico.
STX starting to get a good handle on these conditions. He's falling more of a gap every lap here on Blinn, so 4 laps here if he could survive it. If this rain stays steady, it looks like he's going to be okay. Rafa running behind Blinn, emptying his battery right now.
I was just gonna say, Blinn's got to watch out, because he's got a nice P2 in the bag if he could hold it. Possibly a win. We still don't know how. One little mistake and you could be out in the dry, and it's the same for the wet, even worse. So STX, even though he's got the gap, he's just kind of got to bring it home, kind of nurse the tires, nurse the car back home. Doesn't look like much lap traffic. You might have Taffer. That's the only guy you might need to overtake. Or maybe not. You might actually have the he might have to do Eric and Halberg in a few laps time if he gets there. But the closest gap on track, we got Sir Charles right behind Broomhandle for 5th. 6/10, and you know, it's very difficult to overtake in the rain. The one good thing is the conditions are unpredictable, so the drivers are not as used to the conditions, so it's more prone to mistakes, and that's what opens the door up for those overtakes. But with the dirty air and the rain, it's very difficult to overtake. But Sir Charles getting very close. He's going to try get past for 5th. He had that mistake earlier in the race. Remember, he lost it on the back straightaway, but he caught it. So if he didn't catch it, he'd probably be out of the race. But if he didn't make the mistake at all, he'd probably be around where Blinn is. He might be competing for the win. So that definitely took him out of contention, I'd say.
Ballard Newellson in P4. Good recovery after getting spun around by Kerner early on.
We haven't seen China in a few seasons in both real life and TCR. Last time, like mentioned earlier in the stream, season 10. When's the last time we saw a Chinese Grand Prix in real life one? I don't even remember who won it.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. I think that would have been when Ferrari was still quick.
I'm trying to remember. It's probably Hamilton. It would have been what, 2019?
Yep.
Probably Hamilton. He's great around here at Shanghai. Got a few laps few laps left in the Grand
You
Prix.
want to try that again there, folks?
Yeah. We're getting to the end here. My coffee's out of the system. the coffee worked for the first half, but not for the second. I've been slowing down here. I tell you what, I don't mind these races. Very easy to follow once it's in a rhythm. Nothing crazy, you know. We had that one incident with the pit stop. It was crazy. that Syrah and Rockstar got those drive-through penalties. The rain coming, but just straightforward. I like a straightforward race, no safety cars and no other things to, you know, mix up anything. This was just perfect. I like how it ended.
I agree. I kind of wish. I still feel bad for Syrah. He had a perfect strategy executed. We talked about it before the race. If the rain came, you want to be on that medium or hard tire to try and stretch it. And he was the only one to pull that off. And then he blew it with the virtual safety car. So, oh well, you live and you learn. Those are the things you try and get right throughout a season. STX, one of the quicker drivers from last season. Really good run today, and obviously good pace in the wet here. So. Nice performance.
And STX is one of our previous winners. He started in the top 3. He's got some lap traffic ahead. Let's see how he operates. It should all be fine and dandy. He's got to think that's a Ferrari out in front. Gotta be very careful here. Well, that was a little too close for comfort. He's got one more ahead. That's going to be, I think, a Haas. And he's going to start the final lap with Grand Prix. 7.8, almost 8 seconds of a gap over Blin Machine, penalty free. All he's got to do is get to the end of this lap, and he could be happy with the start of season 12. Very close on exit. Oh, and he might have almost binned it. You do not want to see that. That was, I think, Eric. That was Alfa Romeo, not a Haas. I don't know how I got those two confused. And next week,
Rafa would like to ruin Blin's race here. He's relatively close heading into the final sector. But if these positions hold, Blin Machine will actually take the lead of the championship with STX close behind, going for his second win of the season here.
Yeah, that mistake from Sir Charles definitely helped Blin. McLaren will still get some nice points. Aston Martin. We didn't really talk about Valid. He's had a great race. In 4th. This is going to be a nice 1-4 for Aston Martin.
McLaren will hold the constructor lead, but a good day for Aston Martin, like you're saying. They'll pull a little bit closer. And Blin, as I said, will take the Drivers' Championship lead here. Unless Rafa can do something in this final corner.
And across the line is STX winning for today in the Chinese Grand Prix of TCR Silver Class. It's going to be Blin Machine in second, holding off Rafa Hulk for the podium position. And a very nice drive by all three of them, can be said. They played it perfect, minimal mistakes. Nice qualifying, nice race, very well executed. Got Valid. Great race as well for 4th. Behind is going to be Broom holding Sir Charles off. Crooner. Remember when he pitted for those hards right before the rain hit? If he waited one lap later, he probably would have saw the rain. Could have ended differently. Syrah as well, and Rockstar could have ended differently if they just maybe were a few tenths slower in the VSC, but they were still able to get some points. In Dreamsy, I mean, we both had him on the podium because of the alternate strategy. Yeah, and the opening lap was a struggle, but he's got 10th position and a few guys behind, 11 on back. Just a few mistakes, not everything worked out for him, but that's all right. But Nico, yep, he might have ran out of fuel.
Good race overall, though. Like we were saying, we saw some really good battling tonight with these silver drivers. You and I don't get a chance to see them too much, but impressive stuff, really, from these guys. In our entry level class, I just enjoyed watching that. It's one of those races where you just want to get it over with and move on. But a few drivers made some good ground here in the championship.
It's almost as if this was a stepping stone race. You know, F1 has those a lot, and it's just a straightforward Grand Prix. And we had some weather which mixed it up with the strategy a little bit. But yeah, like you said, great overtakes from multiple drivers, great defenses, clean. I mean, not much incidents. Rather, maybe the first lap, a few little bumps and bangs. But STX gets the win and the fastest lap, so that's 26 points. Gets the maximum for the day. He did not have the pole position, or did he? No, he didn't.
Nope.
It was Rafa Hulk. So it's not a grand slam for him this week, but he'll take the maximum points. And next week we move on to the Monaco Grand Prix, one of my favorites. One of the, I guess you say, important crown jewels, if you want to reference it like that, in NASCAR. Well, that's where the crown jewel comes from. Not in NASCAR, what do we do? F1, and also in TCR. It's been a long race, I can say. But there's your podium. Thank you all for watching, and stick around for the post-race interviews. We do appreciate all the support. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe before heading off. And if you have any questions for any of the top three, leave them down below, and we will get to them when we do that in just a moment. Once I get back to the screen. Why can't I get out of here? Are you stuck too?
Nope.
Are you back to the home screen?
Nope, still in the menus here myself.
Okay. Maybe it didn't. Maybe no one read it up yet. I don't know. I'm stuck here. Well, anywho, we got all the guys.
Everybody but our winner working on that.
All right. Well, I guess we'll start here. Save some time. I don't know if we're ever going to get out of the screen, but the results are there, and you can reference them for those watching still. We'll start with P3, the AlphaTauri of Rafa Hulk. He had the pole position today. He had the speed to go out there and win. Great race overall for you. You were kind of following STX earlier on, and it looks like you just kind of lost grips throughout the race, and some of the maybe not being able to get through the traffic as easy, or the rain might have been a factor. The strategy in that there was one point you went deep into turn one, allowed Blinn to get past you, and never was able to get back by. But all in all, still a great race on the podium. Talk us through your race today. We're actually getting some word that I don't know if we can hear you on the stream.
Yeah, Rafa, do me a favor, go to your party settings, just make sure your voice is shared, your party chat.
Yeah, we'll go to P2 for the moment. McLaren of Blinn Machine. We do think you would take the championship lead after the race, after tonight's race. Pretty nice race. Second, almost the win. After the rain hit, it looks like you just didn't really have the speed or the confidence to go out there and get closer to STX, but kind of navigated traffic through well. You had Sir Charles, your teammate, made a mistake, which you capitalized on. You capitalized on Rafa Hulk making an error in turn 1, and yeah, it was just a smooth race. I guess talk us through that.
Hey guys, yeah, thanks. It was definitely a tough race coming into it. I was pretty nervous, I gotta say, especially because I couldn't work out a good setup. So actually, props to Sir Charles, my teammate, for helping me do that in the last couple of days, and I had a pretty good setup. But I kind of struggled on the softs at the start, and I made up a couple of positions, but it seemed like other people were also struggling on the softs. And then my setup became really good when I put the mediums on, so I had some good pace and caught up to the lead pack there. As you said, I had to capitalize on some opportunities because there weren't really too many of them, so I just had to take whatever was coming my way. And in the rain, my setup had no turning ability whatsoever, so Rafa was catching up. I was pretty nervous there for the last couple of laps. Almost lost the car a couple of times, but yeah, happy with second place. Some good points for the team and good point for myself in the championship. So yeah, I'm hoping there's going to be more of that to come.
Yeah, how different was the difference in car in this patch? How confident were you? I mean, it just came out yesterday. How did that affect you in today's race?
Yeah, that was tricky. I mean, I gotta say, on this new patch, it feels like the car's more floaty like it used to be on, like, 2019. You can't really feel it. It just feels like it's floating on top of the ground, not actually driving on it. So the rear end was just all over the place throughout the whole race. And, yeah, I mean, overall, it feels like the cars are a little bit trickier to drive. They're a little bit slower, a little bit more understeery. I had to put my rear suspension to pretty much 1 to be as soft as possible, because otherwise the rear wanted to overtake me anytime that I would go around the hairpin at the back or throughout the middle sector. But overall, I mean, it didn't take too long to get used to it, especially in race conditions today. It was pretty good. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this is going to work out for the rest of the season.
Awesome. Well, congrats on P2 and congrats on taking the lead of the championship. And good luck in the remainder of the races, and also next week at Monaco. I know you like Monaco, so go out there and win it for me.
All right, thank you so much, guys.
Hey, Blinn, let me get a question in there. Don't let Freeze do all the work here.
Fine, you could you could definitely take over.
Go ahead.
nice run on P2 tonight. Good to see you there. What are your expectations for this year? I mean, I said it during the race. You had one of the most epic collapses in TCR championship history. What are your expectations this season? You grabbed P1 in the championship. Now, what's your mindset?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to win the season, but it's going to be pretty tough. There's some really fast drivers in this season. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to keep this going. It feels like, everything is working so far. Today I managed to make up some positions. I've made up some positions in the last couple of races as well. Got a penalty in Canada, which kind of hampered me down. It would have been third place, but yeah, I'm pretty happy about the start of the season so far, and just gonna keep this positivity going.
What do you need to do differently than 2 seasons ago?
Ooh, I think maybe not get inside my head so much. And also, I feel like over the last couple of seasons, I've become a little bit more aggressive of a driver. I take my opportunities when I see them, and I have to pretty much keep my ground. I feel like maybe in season 10, I was trying to be a little bit too clean of a driver and trying to avoid collisions. I looked back at some of my races in season 10, and I was losing positions mainly on lap 1, whereas now I'm gaining positions on lap 1. So yeah, I think I changed up my racing technique a little bit. I also got a new wheel in the brake between seasons. Maybe that helped out. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, good stuff. Good luck. Good luck the rest of the way. I'm not sure if I'll get a chance to commentate another one of your races, but look forward to seeing how you do the rest of the season.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks again.
All right, we'll move back to Rafa Hulk. Were you able to figure out the settings to where we able to hear you?
You guys can hear me now?
Just give 1 second, Blinn, if you can, or if she's still here. Maybe try to see if it goes through.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Give me a second.
On my laptop, I got a 5-minute delay over here.
Yes, we can hear him.
All right, there we go. All right, well, I think my original question was, I don't know, talk us through your race. Let's start with that.
Hey guys again, and like I was saying, good racer, Blinn and STX, amazing race. I had the pace, like you said in your question, but like this 2021 F1 is like being hard to, when I start I never get like a good grip. When I start I always lose position, and I made a few mistakes when Blinn passed me, and I try keep up with his pace, was very good, and was try get to STX, but that doesn't happen. And so the rain's coming, so the rains came, so it was a nice race. I don't like that much this track, but then third place is a good position, and is points for this championship, so I'm glad.
Awesome. You mentioned you were struggling in on this game, and maybe a little bit tonight. What does that come down to? Where do you not have that confidence? Where do you think you can improve in the throttle, braking, setup? What do you think it is?
I think it's about the tires, because when I was with the soft one, my pace was better, and when I changed to medium, my pace, like, I lost a little my pace. I couldn't keep with a good pace, but not that good as with the soft one. I think it's the PSI on the tire, something like that. I have to work the setup. Like I said, I didn't practice today. I had a long day and problem, like people broke in on my office today, but doesn't matter. And that was amazing results after all this long day. This is the first time I'm racing China in F1 2021, so it's amazing.
Awesome. Well, you know, for advice, I take your P3 trophy and knock the robber right over the side of the head with it. And see how that works for you. Moving over to next week at Monaco, how do you fare your chances? And then also for the rest of the season, I mean, I also don't know if I'll have another chance to commentate for Silver. Usually that's Chatty Duck, and he usually does a great job here at Silver. But you know, you had a previous win earlier on. You were able to go for the win today. You have the speed. You had the pole today as well. How do you look, you know, to next week at Monaco and then the remainder of the season?
Okay, like this championship, like all the drivers, like Blinn said, like all top racers, and that's the nice one. I race in another leagues, like in Brazil we have a couple leagues, and it's very good, and this one is like amazing, and I hope be in top 10. If I be in top 10, I'm happy for the first season with you guys. And I like Monaco. Monaco is a nice track, tricky, very tricky, because any mistake you done. So let's see. I like Monaco. I didn't race yet in this F1 2021. I need to practice, but I hope the best for this league is is amazing, and all you guys, all the drivers, is like amazing to be race with you.
Very much appreciated. That's exactly what we're looking for in drivers in silver class. And we were talking on stream. It was a pleasure watching a bunch of nice overtakes and defenses from a bunch of the drivers in silver class. It really looks like it's heating up for a nice championship. So I'm happy you're able to compete and enjoying your first go at it in TCR in your first season. And I'll good luck in the rest of it, and I'll leave it to Jones if you have any questions for Rafa. Jones, you still there?
Yes, sir. Sorry, had a little muting problem there.
Oh, okay. Rookie mistake.
Nice job, Rafa. The second podium of the season. Love watching you running TCR here. You said you'd run in a couple Brazilian leagues. We love seeing you guys come over to TCR. If any of your buddies over there want to join, we love having the Brazilian drivers on the silver grid and our golden and platinum as well. Looking for the best of the best, so bring them on over. So like I said, second podium for you this season. We're 4 races in. You're sitting P3 in the championship. Really good shape. I'm just curious if you have any early rivals here. Are there any drivers in silver classes stick out to you so far? Guys you like racing with, or guys you want to beat going through the rest of this season?
Yeah, I'm glad you guys have me here, and I want to bring. I have the team 0. So we have we are in 6 or 8 drivers, racers. We all good, we practice together, we share setups, ideas, opinions. That's nice, that's very nice. This is my second team and it's amazing, this group, and I want to bring you guys to some Brazilian tournament. Is the level is your league is amazing, so I want to bring you guys to race with us, and for sure I'm gonna bring my friends as well. And here, like I said, if I be in the top 10 first season race with you guys, I'm more than happy, and I wanna learn with these guys here. Is they have the pace, they have good attitude and everything, all you guys, so I'm here to learn as well.
Well, top 10 is I mean, you're sitting P3 in the championship. Top 10, I expect you to be there, but don't be afraid to tell Blinn you're coming for him, because you got what it takes. So
yeah, you don't want to say that to Blinn. I mean, he's still here, Blinn's leading this thing. You don't want to say, oh, you could have it, Blinn. We're not here for, fun and games. We're here for business.
There's no handouts in TCR. Don't be afraid to go for the top here. We want to see what you got. So
okay, so I will fight for the championship.
There we go. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'd love to see it, Blinn. You got some company. Make room.
All right. I don't know how much more room we have, but let's do it.
And
Rafa did amazing today. I mean, he kept the pressure on me, especially when the rain came. So yeah, definitely, I'm hoping to see that battling keep going throughout the season.
Yeah, me too, man. You did an amazing job today, and my last race, we raced in Australia, right? I made a mistake, and I just had the DNF, something like that. I threw my race, the last race. I was so mad, but let's keep going. And this tournament has a lot to happen yet, and we have a lot good races, and it's gonna be amazing.
Sounds great. Were we able to get STX in here, or I know there was a few problems.
Unfortunately, looks like PSN is bugged us out of that, so he's unable to join the
man.
party. But I'm sure he's happy about his win tonight. And yeah, unfortunately, we won't be able to hear from him.
All right, well, I think that's going to conclude the post-race interviews. We're only able to hear from P3 and P2, but we'll take what we can get. It was still an amazing drive by STX and his second win of the season. And we move on to, well, firstly, we still have the remainder of the week at China. So we got Golden Class tomorrow, same time, same place. And then Platinum Class on Thursday, same time, same place. And it's going to be the Chinese Grand Prix. So if you liked what you saw today, come back for the remainder 2 races of the week to see how the Gold and the Platinum boys do. And then next week we go to Monaco, one of the crown jewels for TCR, and it's one that you want to win. It's one that you want on the resume, is what I always say when we go there. It's a very different skill set that you need for the track, and I think all the drivers are capable of doing just that. And it would have been really brutal if we came into this race with the patch and we had Monaco, right? So I think it just lucked out from all the drivers. 1 week was really the timeline. But that's kind of the timeline for TCR. But other than that, it was a great race. And yeah, we'll see how it goes for the remaining 2 of the week. Thank you to Rafa and Blinn for coming in here for the interviews. And Jones, it's been a pleasure.
As always, looking forward to the next one.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for watching, and don't remember to forget to tune in tomorrow. It's been a long one, and until then, we'll see you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody.